All Hallows Eve, commonly known as Halloween, is a holiday with deep-rooted historical and cultural significance. People throughout the globe have a particular place in their hearts for this historic celebration, which takes place on the evening of October 31st. The night before All Saints' Day, a Christian feast commemorating saints, martyrs, and lost loved ones, is the essence of All Hallows Eve. It's a period when the lines separating the living and the dead are said to blur, resulting in a mystic and enchanted ambiance. This unique festival has a complex and varied history, as it has developed throughout the ages, including features from numerous civilizations. The origins of All Hallows Eve are woven into a rich historical tapestry. Its oldest roots may be found in the Celts and their historic Samhain feast. Around November 1st, the Celts celebrated the conclusion of the harvest season and the start of winter. During Samhain, it was thought that the line between the living from the dead became flimsy, letting ghosts and otherworldly creatures roam the planet. The celebration experienced a considerable shift with the arrival of Christianity, becoming entwined with Christian customs. Christians have a tradition of honoring saints, martyrs, and departed souls on All Hallows Eve, the evening before All Saints' Day, also known as All Hallows. All Souls' Day, a day set aside for prayer for the souls in purgatory, was created as a result of this merger. All Hallows' Day was chosen on November 1st to compete with the pagan Samhain celebrations. A wide variety of fascinating customs and behaviors developed throughout the medieval era. As the idea of purgatory rose in popularity, special church services and prayers were held on All Hallows' Eve. Believers used this opportunity to ask for forgiveness and offer prayers for the spirits of their deceased loved ones. During this time, the usage of costumes and masks also gained importance. This ritual is supposed to have started with the idea that dressing up would guard against evil spirits. People would dress as saints, angels, or even devils. One fascinating part of the history of All Hallows Eve is the tales and superstitions attached to it. The celebration was significantly influenced by supernatural beliefs. For instance, according to Irish tradition, jack-o'-lanterns were first carved from turnips or potatoes to stave off wandering ghosts. Other themes that have been integrated into the holiday's iconography include the idea of witches flying on broomsticks and black cats as emblems of ill luck. The complex tapestry of traditions and behaviors that make up the present celebration of All Hallows Eve has been enriched by these diverse historical components. All Hallows Eve has deep cultural and spiritual importance, with ties to many different topics. The Mexican celebration, Dia de los Muertos, sometimes known as the Day of the Dead, is one noteworthy link. Both celebrations respect the dead, even though their customs are different from one another. From October 31st to November 2nd, people throughout the world celebrate Dia de los Muertos, a festive occasion that includes parades, visits to cemeteries, and the creation of ofrendas filled with gifts for the dead. The universality of the human drive to honor and remember the lives of those who came before us is highlighted by this relationship. Undoubtedly, one of All Hallows Eve's most appealing aspects is the symbolism of light and darkness. The festival heralds the beginning of winter as the days become shorter and darker. Candles are lit, jack-o'-lanterns are lit, and costumes are worn to stave against the approaching darkness. The constant fight between life and death is shown in this interaction between light and darkness, with light standing in for hope and memory, and darkness for the unknown and the afterlife. Additionally, All Hallows Eve provides an opportunity for in-depth contemplation on mortality and the afterlife. This festival invites people to reflect on the fleeting aspect of life and to memorialize those who have gone away in various cultures. The opening of the gap between the living and the dead is seen as a chance to communicate with deceased family members and consider the mysteries of life beyond death. All Hallows Eve has changed throughout time to become a colorful and diversified holiday. Although the festival still has its spiritual and meditative aspects, it now has a more jovial vibe. A popular tradition is trick-or-treating, in which kids dress up and visit houses to collect candy. People get the chance to get together at Halloween parties and events while seeing a variety of costumes, from the eerie to the comical. It's important to keep in mind, however, that the holiday's commercialization has resulted in a variety of cultural influences, which may sometimes divert attention from its true value. Nevertheless, the fundamental principles of remembering, community, and investigation of the paranormal remain a significant element of contemporary All Hallows Eve festivities. All Hallows Eve, also known as Halloween in many countries, reflects the many regional and cultural traditions that make up the rich fabric of worldwide customs. For instance, the celebration coincides with Dia de los Muertos, often known as the Day of the Dead, which is observed in Mexico from October 31st to November 2nd. On Dia de los Muertos, ofrendas, or altars, are decorated with marigolds, sugar skulls, and food and drink offerings to commemorate and remember loved ones who have passed on. Parades and visits to cemeteries are frequent, fostering a lively and joyful mood that is in sharp contrast to the holiday's more solemn origins. The holiday's Celtic roots are profoundly ingrained in Ireland, which still observes its distinctive customs. To mark the change from the harvest season to winter, the Puka celebration, which is observed in different locations, contains traditions like bonfires and sports. The Puka, an evil ghost from the Irish tradition, is said to travel the countryside during this festival and provide advice to everybody it meets while also wreaking havoc. Beyond Mexico and Ireland, All Hallows Eve adopts a variety of distinctive customs in many nations. The festival is celebrated widely in the US and is noted for the large use of jack-o'-lanterns and other spooky decorations on houses, as well as trick-or-treating. Halloween is celebrated with costume parties and decorations in Asian nations like Japan, albeit the deeper cultural and historical links may not be as obvious. Cultural diversity and adaptations have been further influenced by literature and media. The way Halloween is observed has changed as a result of how the festival has been portrayed in literature, film, and television, with classic characters like vampires, witches, and zombies becoming seasonal staples. Halloween is also interpreted differently by each individual. Others may enjoy the holiday's fun and artistic side by participating in costume competitions, haunted home tours, or themed parties, while others may concentrate on the spiritual and introspective parts. All Hallows Eve is a genuinely international holiday with a wide variety of regional cuisines, thanks to these many expressions and interpretations that demonstrate its versatility and inclusion. In the 21st century, there are several religious and secular viewpoints from which All Hallows Eve is commemorated. It continues to be a significant event in religious groups, particularly in Christian faiths that observe All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. It's a time for prayer, introspection, and attending church services to commemorate the deceased and honor the saints, according to the faithful. Many consider it as an opportunity to strengthen their faith and reflect on the mysticism surrounding life and death. On the other side, secular Halloween celebrations have grown in popularity. A variety of cultural activities, many of which emphasize creativity, fun, and entertainment, as well as costume parties and trick-or-treating, take place throughout the season. Halloween is the subject of disputes and discussions, notably about its commercialization and cultural influences. Critics claim that the event has become too commercialized, with an emphasis on consumer products, costumes, and decor. The possibility of cultural appropriation has also been brought up when individuals don costumes or symbols from other cultures without appreciating or recognizing their importance. Sometimes arguments regarding whether Halloween-themed media and decorations are appropriate for all ages come up because of the amount of horror and violence they include. The holiday continues to be a source of curiosity and anxiety. Thus, these talks go on. All Hallows Eve continues to have a variety of social functions in the 21st century. People gather at this time to celebrate creativity, have fun dressing up, and explore subjects related to the paranormal. It also continues to serve as a point of connection to the contemplative and spiritual parts of life, inspiring people to think about the dead and explore the mysteries of life. To reflect the shifting values and interests of modern society while maintaining the eternal importance of memory and celebration, Halloween lives in a continual state of change. That's all for this video. We'll be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. To keep exploring ancient history together, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time!